There are many people who have threats about the AI, artificial intelligence. The same incidents has happened with 3 organizations. This is the real story I'm talking about. They called me and they said, Pavan, we want a training for the Tableau software. I started from many years back for training. I have not taken a single batch. Hello everyone and welcome to this video on differences between Tableau and Power BI. Very interesting topic, very insightful video which I can say. So in this video, I'll be covering about 3 topics. The first part would be, I'll be talking about 17 differences about Tableau and Power BI. That's the first part. After that, I'll be sharing my industry experience, which I've got from training to different corporates and colleges and university, all the places. And the third part of this video, I'll be talking about the validation about how the world looks after this Tableau and Power BI software. So these are 3 topics which I'll be covering in this video. So let's check out. Great. So the first part is the difference between these 2 tools. I'll be talking about one by one the features and you'll understand a great difference between these 2 tools. The first part, number of functions available in these 2 tools. The more number of functions, more better interface, more usability you can find out in these 2 tools. It will make your work much easier. The number of functions available in Tableau are 180 plus, which contains of text function, date and multiple functions. Whereas in the Power BI, there are 1300 plus functions which are available. So 1300 functions, more number of functions, more flexibility to get your work done. That's the first part. The second part is what are the different type of functions available in the Tableau software. The type of functions are date function, text functions, number functions. We have other functions, but something which is catchy in Tableau, it's LOD, level of detail expressions. This is something different or unique I can say in this Tableau part. Whereas in Power BI, we have again various type of functions. Majorly, I can divide into 2 parts. The first part would be the M language or M functions. And the second would be the DAX functions. M language, M functions are mostly used for data cleaning related things. Whereas in the DAX functions, you more work on the data modeling part and you can get the work over there. So 900 plus functions are there for the M functions. And approximately, we have 400 functions for the DAX over here. So these are the different type of functions available in Tableau and Power BI. The third part would be data visualization. More number of visuals, more number of charts, the more better you can present your data and information. So how many default charts are available in these 2 tools? In the Tableau software, there are 24 default visuals present, 24, and it is constant from many years. Whereas in Power BI, default visuals have increased to 41. As of August, I can say 2023, there are 41 visuals available. So this is the default visual. There are more number of visuals, which I'll be talking about the next point over here. The fourth point is the advanced visuals. These are default visuals which I've spoken, but there are some advanced visuals which are third-party visuals which you can pick up to make your dashboard more presentable. So how many advanced visuals are present in Tableau? There are 50 plus advanced visuals, whereas in the Power BI, there are 521 advanced visuals which are present. Now, these are ready-made. You can directly pick up and you can start creating your visuals, presenting your information. These are differences, huge difference, 50 plus, and here there are 521 plus. We have actually counted all the visuals over here for you. The fifth point is number of data sources. When I say data sources, Excel, CSV, PDF, SQL, Oracle, Azure, email, website, these are all the data sources. Data is obviously present in different formats, different places, and different locations, you can say. So how many data sources Tableau and Power BI can pick up? Tableau can pick up data sources, which is 80 plus different data sources. Whereas the Power BI, it has a wide range of number of data sources, connectors which are available, 185 data sources. When I say 185, obviously, if there are more number of data sources, this tool can work into different organizations who has variety of different data sources. So here Power BI wins the game because of more number of data sources you can pick up from. Now the sixth point. Now when I say more number of data sources, I would like to show you one example, getting data from website. It's also known as web scraping, which is illegal in some of the companies. In some of the companies, you are okay to pick up. Data picking up from the Amazon, Flipkart, xe.com, Money Control, many websites you can pick up data from. Tableau does not do very smoothly as compared to Power BI. You need to get some API, pay something, and then you get the answers. But here, a person, if it is layman, can still get the data from those websites in few button clicks. So here, Power BI wins the game. Getting data from multiple websites is very, very easy. You can get the live website from those places in Power BI very smoothly. So Power BI wins the game over here. The 7th point, getting data from one more data source, which is very important, which is email. Email used in all the companies everywhere for communication. Emails are used for writing emails. Emails are used for attaching the document and sending and receiving. Now imagine a company receive 1000 email attachments and they have to be opened, clean and combined. Okay. Today what people do is manually in the company, they open that email, download, clean and combine those attachments. So Tableau does not pick up the email attachments very easily. You cannot do that into Tableau. Okay. You may have to take some other software named as Alteryx. Whereas in Power BI, we have a ready-made connector named as Exchange Online. Here in Power BI, you can pull the email attachments directly in Power BI with 15-20 button clicks. It's not that difficult. In order to understand this particular email attachment, if you're using every day, you can check out my video, which is end-to-end project on Power BI, how to get the email attachments without opening email. Now, why do we need email attachments? To clean, to combine, and to create some data visualization for presentation purpose. Imagine every month I get email related to monthly sales. Monthly, 12 times I can combine and make as annual sales. So Power BI can automatically create that dashboard for the annual sales in Power BI. It's very easy over there. So getting data from Microsoft Outlook is easy in Power BI, not in Tableau. Now the 8th point, which is the Microsoft compatibility. Microsoft tools are used in almost all the organization. If you buy a laptop, you might get the Microsoft products by default into that. That is Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, and so on. So the Microsoft compatibility, how these tools treat Microsoft, are they compatible or not? Let's check out. So Tableau is a product of Salesforce company. They do not have the great compatibility with Microsoft. I cannot say it's bad. It does not have great compatibility. Whereas in Power BI, you can connect with Microsoft products like Microsoft Power Automate, Power Apps, SharePoint, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Teams. You can pull data from those data sources and you can present the data into that platforms. So in PowerPoint, you can present interactive presentation. In Microsoft Teams, you can present interactive presentation. In the SharePoint, you can have an interactive dashboard. This is possible in this Power BI because it's again Microsoft product. So they have a very good coordination and compatibility with all the Microsoft products. 9th point, which is very important, my favorite topic, which is data cleaning. 70% of time of people in the corporates are invested into data cleaning and nobody talks about it openly. So data cleaning. What is data cleaning? Removing empty cells, blank records, duplicates, error messages, null values, changing the structure of data, pivoting, unpivoting, and so on. So data cleaning is not there by default in Tableau. We have to borrow some other softwares, which is Tableau Prep. Again, it's a free with Tableau. It comes in the combination. It's very young in the market, so it doesn't have more features. Whereas before Tableau Prep, we had a software named as Alteryx. Again, it's very, very costly. So we used to get data into Alteryx, clean that data, and then into Tableau. So data cleaning, we have to use a separate software in Tableau. Whereas in Power BI, it's already inbuilt. The name of the tool is Power Query. Now, Power Query is very strong. The age of Power Query is almost 13 years. It was launched in 2010 in Excel. From Excel, they have copied in 2015 and used into Power BI. Whereas the Tableau Prep is still young in the market. It's not that old. Almost 3, 4, 5 years, not more than that, I can say. So here comes the data cleaning. It's very smooth into Power BI as compared to Tableau. The 10th point and the very interesting point, which is artificial intelligence. Yes, everyone. In November 2023, we had seen the ChatGPT, which has 1 million user base in just 5 days. And it created a lot of hype in the market. So artificial intelligence, how is it present in these tools? We don't have to go to separate tools. These tools are competing so that they can put AI into the softwares. Here in this particular place in Tableau, we have AI features, but they are not that great. What are the AI features? You can type and get a report. You can type and get a chart over here. But in the Power BI, there are multiple options about AI, artificial intelligence. You can type a question. You can say top 3 states by profit. You get over here. You also have the decomposition tree. You have the get quick insights. You have explain increase or decrease. So there are multiple features in the Power BI about AI. Now, this AI feature was there in Power BI almost, I can say 2019, 2020. From there, today we are standing at 2023. Okay, so here it was already present and it was used by many people across the world. So artificial intelligence, who wins the game in BI tools? I can say the Power BI. Now here comes little shocking result for you. 11th point, people who have not seen both the tools, I'll tell you the user interface. User interface of Tableau is very smooth. It's very easy. I started with Tableau many years back. I have learned both the tools. I have trained on both the softwares. If you ask me, Power BI and Tableau, which software has a very smooth user interface? The Tableau software. Tableau has a very baby-like user interface. Any person who's new to it can easily understand. I cannot say Power BI is difficult, but it is little tricky as compared to the Tableau software. Not that tricky, but yes, 20-30% I can say little difficult over there. So if you're a beginner, a fresher, you obviously have to learn both the softwares. You don't have an option. But if you're an already experienced user, you can pick up the choice of which software you would like to, go for here. The 12th point is the MacBook compatibility. Here also now Tableau wins the game. Tableau is compatible with MacBook. Okay, whereas Power BI is only compatible with the Windows machine. Tableau can work on Windows as well as MacBook, whereas in Power BI only Windows machine. It doesn't mean that you cannot install in MacBook. We have to do some Indian jugaad. We have to, create some virtual machine, VMware box. In that VMware box in the MacBook, we can install the Power BI. It is possible, but it is little tricky and you have to Google out how to get it done over here. The 13th point is mobile user interface. Now, this both data visualization tool can be seen on the mobile phone. When you're traveling across anywhere in the world, you can just see the reports in the mobile phone. Which software has a better user interface in the mobile phone? I can say here Tableau wins the game. Tableau, we have the different mobile phone, different structures and layouts. If you have an iPhone, if you have a Samsung, Nokia, Galaxy and so on, different phones, you can see the reports in different mobile phones in different layouts. Whereas in Power BI, it creates only one user interface, one layout for all the mobile phones. So here the features are more about the mobile phone. Here the user interface and everything would be better as compared to Power BI. Data size. How much data can Tableau and Power BI pick up? This might be a question which you might be Googling everywhere. But now let me tell you, the Tableau wins the game over here. Tableau can pick up unlimited data set inside it. Unlimited. Whereas in Power BI, depending upon the version which you purchase, depending upon the license you purchase, so maximum capacity, I'll talk about maximum capacity is 100 terabytes. Tableau unlimited, Power BI is 100 terabytes. Now, both 100 terabytes is also a huge number. Okay, most of the companies may not reach to 100 terabytes, but I'm just talking about the size or the capacity of these two tools, how much it can handle. Performance. People who are the experienced user, they might be, having a lot of headache when they have huge data. What is the performance? How they behave when there's a huge data set? Now, here, when I say performance, I'm talking about the speed and other things. Right now, the Tableau is 20 to 30% faster as compared to Power BI. Tableau is very smooth. It just quickly gives you the report very, very quickly, I can say. Whereas Power BI is still lacking somewhere. It's not that great. Now, to optimize your performance, there are many methods that you can reduce the data set. You can use better functions. You can use better data source and so on. So there might be many different options over here. But if you talk about the same data source, same number of columns and rows, same user interface and everything, which tool wins the game over here? I can say by 20-30% Tableau wins the game in terms of the performance over here. 16th point is a little headache for me and people like me who are the instructors and trainers. The software updates. Which software updates regularly? It's very tricky, I can say, for a trainer, instructor or a coach to learn all this new features and updates. Tableau, before the Power BI launch in the market, was updating its software every 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And the features were not that great. The features or the options were not that many, which was introduced by the Tableau. Whereas in Power BI, I cannot, talk enough about it. Every month, there are some updates. Every month. They, in fact, change the user interface also sometimes. Whereas Tableau is constant. It doesn't change the user interface. It doesn't have many options. Power BI, on the other hand, has almost 5, 10, 15 features every month available. So, I recorded a video course for 3-4 months. I was about to launch in the month of March. But because of this user interface, launch has to go in the July month. Okay, because of that. So, I have to re-record all the 20 hours of content so that it matches the new user interface. That is the kind of problem we have with this Power BI. Problem, it's a good thing. But people, for me, like instructors and trainers, it's like very difficult. So, I understand the problem for everyone. The last and the most important point, if you are a person who takes the decision in the company, freshers, you just observe, the other people can understand. If you're an owner, entrepreneur, or the main person in the company who has to take a decision, which software my whole team should take. Okay, here comes a major part, which is the costing. What is the cost of these two tools? Both are business intelligence, both do the same thing of data visualization, but the costing here of Tableau is 70 USD per user per month. I'm talking about the individual license, 70 USD per user per month. Whereas the Power BI, earlier it was 10, then 15, then come to 20 USD per user per month. $20, $70. This is the most important point where a person who is a business owner will take a decision. So now, depending upon the license version you're using, the costing will also change here. So 70, you can negotiate with the organization, with the Tableau sales for, it can come down to 55, 60 or somewhere 65. A good negotiator can bring down the cost. Whereas the Power BI, we have a premium capacity license, which is again little costlier. It's not 20 USD, it's much, much higher. And because if there are many users in the organization, you have to buy a capacity license. So that is something different. I'll put the link of both this softwares where you can have a look about the costing part in the description or the document which I'll be giving you. So costing plays a very important role. If you want to do a cost cutting, you have to take a decision wisely about the cost of these two tools. All right. So this were the 17 differences which I noted down based on my experience. We have Googled out many things about it and we gave the answer. Now, the second part of this video, I'll be talking about my experience. I'll be sharing my experience, which I have felt and I've seen in the world right now. Over the years, I started from many years back for training on Tableau, and then I switched to Power BI because that was in demand. Here, I'll try to share one incident with you. There are many companies I have trained on. They have migrated from ClickView to Power BI. They have come from Tableau to Power BI. They come Excel to Power BI and so on. So different softwares, people have migrated to Power BI. I have not taken a single batch. As of today, I'm standing with you. I might have taken almost 400 to 500 batches in this last 7-8 years, only on this business intelligence tool. I also train on Excel, Word, PowerPoint, many other softwares, IBM, HP. But in last 7 years, almost whatever batches I've taken, I have not taken a single batch of a user who has come from Power BI to Tableau. All these companies I've trained, it was only from Tableau to Power BI, ClickView to Power BI, Excel to Power BI, or Google Sheets to Power BI. This is one instance which is very important. So I've seen the trend and I know which area the people are flowing right now. The second case study is little funny, little interesting. On a lighter note, I would like to share with you. So there's a company in India which I was training on the Tableau software many years back, 2019, 2020, during the lockdown period. The batch was of almost 500 people, 600 people, and the batch used to go for at least 1 to 2 years. One batch, 30 people, and they used to get the training. They called me and they said, Pavan, we want a training for the Tableau software. And I told them, why are you going for Tableau? Go for Power BI. Power BI is cheaper. And all the 17 differences, there were like 15 or 12, I remember. I told all the differences. But being at the position of trainer, they didn't pay attention to my suggestion. And they said, no, you just train what we say. You go for Tableau and don't do anything. I said, okay, whatever you say, I'm a trainer, instructor. I'll definitely teach you whatever you say. So I took a batch of Tableau, almost 2 years of 600 people. How many batches? 20, 30 batches in that entire year. And I immediately went and booked a 2 BHK flat in Pune. Okay, BHK stands for bedroom, hall and kitchen. So I booked a 2 BHK flat and I have taken. I did my work very sincerely. I had got the returns and I booked a flat, and it's a flat in Pune right now. After 3 years, the company called me. They remembered me because I trained them very nicely, very politely. And they called me and they said, Pavan, we are shifting to Power BI and we want you to train our team on Power BI. So I said, why? What happened? So they said, the Tableau license has expired. This is the real story I'm talking about. They said the Tableau license is expired. So I said, license, you can renew it. I have some contacts from Singapore who can renew a Tableau license. So not a problem. Then they started giving excuses. No, it is very costly and etc. etc. Then they said, we want to go for Power BI. All those 600 people who has taken training for 1 year, who has done the practice, done the projects, done the assignments, all those people have to shift to Power BI because of that one wrong decision taken by the management. That company who was investing a lot of time and energy, the company was shifted almost 2 years back, right? Because of this activities. And then when they said you have to teach Power BI, again I went and booked one more 3 BHK flat in Pune, and I got that thing over here. So my job was to give a suggestion. The pricing of both the batches was same. I was not charging them higher for Tableau and Power BI. It was a suggestion from a good heart to save the company, because if my customer is successful, then only I become successful. If my student becomes successful, I become successful. That is something which you cannot make a loss of your customers, students, or anyone. So then the whole batches were taken for Power BI. After many years, we came to know why the management took Tableau. It was a wrong decision taken, but this was one incident. And the same incidence has happened with 3 organizations where I am the common trainer. I've taken the batches for the whole year and I have to shift to Power BI and tell them that's the reason. So all the young people who are watching right now, you don't have the options. You have to do what the company and the management says. But if you're a person who's a decision maker in the organization, you have to consult with a consultant. It is not only about BI, but any software in the world, Azure, SQL, whichever data sources. So you need to have a proper consultation to save your company from a lot of losses. Even I do mistakes. You also might be doing mistakes. So how you can be correcting? By taking some consulting coaching from a person who can guide you which software can be taken over here. So these are the real incidences, my experience, which I'm talking about and I'm sharing with you. So people all are migrating towards Power BI, and there are many people who have threats about the AI, artificial intelligence, that it has still longer time to take about Power BI and Tableau. So they have been struggling very hard from many years to come to this position. The AI tools will not take up the market. It is still having a lot of time. Power BI is something which you can definitely go for and start working on it. Perfect. So this was the second part of the video where I was sharing my experience, the industry experience which I have. It was on the lighter note about the 2 BHK, 3 BHK. I still stay in the rented house. I don't have a house right now. But the difference is the company switching from Tableau to Power BI. These are real instances which you can think of. The third part, everyone. This was the 17 examples which I've given, Tableau versus Power BI. My experience I've shared with you. Now the third part, which will give you more confidence about the validation. The validation part, everyone, before I go for any training, before I pick up any subject, I do a little bit of study about it. So I'll show you 2 parts over here. The Google Trends. If you are confused which software is in demand right now, Google Trends is something which you can pick up. So I went to googletrends.com. I searched for Tableau versus Power BI, and there the worldwide from last 5 years. If you see this graph, in the last 5 years, Tableau is almost constant because it has captured huge market already. Now there are many companies who are taking up the Power BI and it's almost touching the line. If you see that link over there, it's almost touching the line. If you talk about the biggest countries in the world, if I talk about the India right now, in terms of population, in terms of IT engineers, the Power BI has already crossed the market and it is pulling up like anything. So that is one study which you can always remember. If you're choosing between other softwares as well, Google Trends is one option you can pick up. The second point is something which can validate the Gartner Magic Quadrant. For people or freshers who are new to the company, what is Gartner Magic Quadrant? Like if you want to compare the hotels, you go to Trivago.com. If you want to compare the policy in India, we go to PolicyBazaar.com, PaisaBazaar.com, and so on. You compare all the policies, you compare all the hotels, and you get the best hotel which you want to stay. Same way, Gartner Magic Quadrant, it compares the best BI products across the world and tells you in terms of leadership, in terms of innovation, which are better. So if you see this Gartner Magic Quadrant, it tells Microsoft and the Tableau. Microsoft, it's a big ocean, I can say. It's not only Power BI. There are many products of Microsoft. So, however, if you see the Power BI is trending in the market right now based on the Gartner Magic Quadrant. It's not based on my experience or what I've said. So, Power BI is leading software from almost 4 years, I can say. It came in 2015 and it shoot up like anything. Whereas Tableau is in the second position and then followed by the other tools like ClickView and other MicroStrategies and so on. So these are the highest tools which are in the market right now in the demand, Tableau and Power BI. So if you're a learner, if you're a beginner, definitely upgrade on both the softwares. If you're a beginner, fresher, there's a lot of competition in the market. So you should know both the softwares by default. But if you're a company owner, decision maker, you can think about which software would be better for your organization, cost-wise, feature-wise, compatibility-wise, and other options. So that's it, everyone. These are the 3 topics: differences, my experience, and the last one was the validation with Google Trends and the Gartner Magic Quadrant. So I hope you find this video useful and helpful. I want to know your comments in the comment box. I want to understand what do you feel about this particular video. What do you feel about this Tableau versus Power BI? You can give your suggestions. There might be something which you know better than me, and you can put in the comment box so we can help learning, sharing with all the people. Thank you, everyone.